She asked me how I was, how was I feeling when I woke up. And I told her I was angry. And she was like, why are you angry? And I was like, it's just because like I'm not where I want to be. Like I'm one of those dudes in the gym. Y'all know how people be like, they have the memes like, oh, you know, why are these guys acting like they're mad or they're angry and stuff in the gym, like they're battling demons. Just talking shit. I will tell y'all personally, like when I go to the gym, most of the time I am genuinely angry. I'm genuinely upset. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been seeing all this Katt Williams stuff and how he's like exposing the industry and yada yada yada, which is interesting. Like I watched the podcast. I love watching podcasts. I watched the podcast and he said a lot of interesting stuff. But what I took from it wasn't necessarily about like, oh, he exposed this guy, he exposed Kevin Hart, he exposed Cedric, because like personally, I really don't give a fuck about what's going on in the comedy community or what's going on in Hollywood. Like I'm not in Hollywood and I'm not in comedy, so I really don't care. But for whatever reason, I was just drawn to listening to this interview because I was surprised in a previous podcast that I didn't think I would have been very interested in. That was a Charleston White podcast. Another podcast that's got very popular. But something I noticed about both of these guys, and you don't see this like at the surface level, but it's not until you really sit down and you hear these guys speak and they talk about like their thought process and what got them to where they are, is that these individuals are very, very meticulous. And that's something I found very interesting. And it's something I see that's very common among anyone that's very successful or anyone that I look up to in the slightest. Not saying that I look up to these guys, but I do look up to their work ethic and how they think. And I just thought it was very funny because at the surface level, I wouldn't have thought of these guys to be like that. Like one of the things Katt Williams was saying in his interview is that like he knew he was funnier than other comedians because he would go through their sets and he would count how many laughs per minute they were getting. And he would say he knows he's funnier than these guys because he's getting 16 laughs every 30 minutes, or I don't know the ratio or whatnot, but it's like, but compared to their 7, then by definition, he's funnier than these guys. He's getting more laughs. I was like, that's a crazy way to look at it. But I realized, bro, a lot of these very successful people that kind of step outside the box, they're a bit crazy. Like they're a bit psychopathic about like the things that they do. They're very, very meticulous. They really pay attention to the small details that the average person just doesn't even look at. Like, for example, like I look at these interviews and I look at these comments and no one's even talking about that. All they're talking about is, oh, who got exposed, or oh, this was funny, or like, but no one sees like that just insane work ethic that he has, the insane meticulous attention to detail. And that's something that I picked up from these interviews. Because I see it in all people that I look up to, anyone that has achieved any sort of greatness in any field. That's another thing, like in any field, because he's in comedy. But he approached it like a game. Like when he was speaking to Shannon Sharp, like he constantly went back to saying like, oh, if you were a competitor, like how would you look at this situation? Like if you were on the field, how would you look at this same exact situation? He would make it into a sense of like, bro, he's competitive. He sees it as a game. And I say constantly on this channel all the time, bro, that life is simply a game. And I don't understand the people that don't play it like a game, like, because that's what it is. You know, and some people may say that like that's belittling life, or that I don't know. Some people just don't understand it, but I get it. I fucking get it. And I think like most of you guys on this channel like understand that. So if you want to be a 1% sort of dude, a 5% sort of dude, a 10% sort of dude, by pure definition, you have to be different than 99% of people. I was speaking to a young lady recently, and I don't remember exactly what the context was, but basically I was telling her like, I don't really expect you to oh, I do remember. She asked me how I was, how was I feeling when I woke up? And I told her I was angry. And she was like, why are you angry? And I was like, it's just because like I'm not where I want to be. Like I'm one of those dudes in the gym. Y'all know how people be like, they have the memes like, oh, you know, why are these guys acting like they're mad or they're angry and stuff in the gym, like they're battling demons. Just talking shit. I will tell y'all personally, like when I go to the gym, most of the time I am genuinely angry. I'm genuinely upset. And part of that is just me making it that way. I feel like I get a better workout that way. But like I look around, I'll tell you guys what motivates me. I look around and I see all of these baddies, like absolutely gorgeous women. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very motivated by women. I love women. All right. And they very much motivate me. I love being around women. I love seeing women. Women are amazing. They're a gift to this earth. And I look around and I see all these beautiful women and I think to myself, like, why can't I have these women? Not to be like subjective or sexist or whatever the case is, but just stick with me. Like, I think, why can't I have these women if I so chose? Like, I look at the dudes that they're with and I say, are these guys better than me? If they are better than me, why? Why are they better than me? How are they better than me? In what areas do they beat me in? And I get fucking furious about it. Like, I get in the gym and I'm fucking furious. Because it pisses me off. Like, I see these dudes and I don't see them as being any better than me. Another situation, I tell you guys, I'm a delivery driver. And I go into these neighborhoods and like some of these houses are fucking immaculate. And I look at the people inside the house, or I look at the people outside, and I think to myself, are these people better than me? Like, why can't I bang with these dudes? Shit, I look at people on YouTube and I think to myself, are these guys better than me? What are they doing? What makes them a better individual than I am? Do they work harder than me? Are they smarter than me? Did they have better opportunities than me? Like what is it? But clearly something has happened. There is a tangible thing, energy, power, whatever the fuck. But there's something that has put these individuals in a position that I simply cannot achieve at this moment. And it genuinely pisses me off. And this is when I see this, and then I see like people I listen to these podcasts and I see successful people and the way they think, and I get it. I fucking get it. Like how they can be upset even though they're in a good position, or or they see other people and they think like, bro, like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Why are they so far ahead of me? Like Katt said, like he literally had a fucking list of 300 comedians, and that he would like look through them. And these were all people that he's seen that were getting more laughs than him. Then he just started crossing them out the list. Like that's some Kobe shit. Like I heard that from Kobe. Like when Kobe was younger, he had a list of like everyone that was ranked higher than him. And he went out and found all of them and was very, very adamant about beating every single one of them. Because he enjoys this game that he plays, the game of life. In his case, it was a very literal game, but that's my point, is that you can apply the same thought process to, like I had a friend, he was talking about how he didn't see money as being important. And the thing is, like, he makes good money, especially for his age, like more money than me. And I remember talking to him about it, and like it was such a disconnect for me, the way he was speaking about it, and then almost saying as if like he didn't care about it. And it just made me think like, bro, how the fuck do you not even care that much about this aspect of your life, but then you're shitting on me? You know, and that's how I look at a lot of things, man. I think about it, I'm like, how did these people do this? Or there's got to be something. Like, how did this individual right here that I see, and I don't see this person as being any better than me. And maybe this is me just having an ego. Maybe it's an unjustified ego. Maybe it's a bit of delusion. But I genuinely question, how is this person beating me? How are they playing this game better than I'm fucking playing it? I want you guys to really start thinking about this. Like, whatever situation that you're in, and you see people that look no different than you. Shit, they may look worse than you. You speak to them, and you like, bro, what are you talking about? You don't see or feel any sort of special energy from this person. When they speak, it doesn't sound like anything very intellectual. But for whatever reason, they are ahead of you. And some people just don't care about that. Like, it doesn't bother them. It bothers me. And I see these guys and I understand it, because like they will be in these situations and shit would fucking bother them. And that's what I seen in these Katt Williams interviews and Charleston White interview. Like, I seen a very competitive drive. And it's a competitive drive that I know everyone doesn't get. Some people, like, they don't want to compete like that. Because I will say, it's not a happy existence. Like, you're constantly looking at people. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people will give you the advice of, oh, you know, just worry about yourself. Like, it's you versus you. Like, bro, fuck that. It's not you versus you. It's you versus everybody else. Like, you are on this earth with everyone else. Like, that car that you want. Like, think about this. One of my big goals in life is I want a numbered car. A numbered car is basically like a car that's like, there's less than 1,000 of them made, or 1,000 or less. So it's a numbered car. Like, when you have it, like, oh, this is one of 500. Oh, this is one of 32. This is one of $700. And if you want a numbered car, there's only a certain amount of them. So that car that you want, bro, everyone else wants that car. Like when I go into the gym and I see these girls, I'm like, oh, these girls are amazing, bro. Everyone else wants that girl. You go into these neighborhoods and you see these immaculate houses. You're like, oh, I like that house. You think you're the only one that likes that house? And what's even more, like someone is going to own that car. Someone is going to own that house. Someone is going to get that girl. Is it going to be you? Do you care? Are you the type of dude to go around like, oh, what's meant for me is going to come to me? I'll put it in the video. Like and subscribe, bros. Doses.